In this video, we're going to take a look at managing the request actions available on request forms. It's important to note that the request actions displayed on the request forms can be different for each request type and each service that you offer. This can be configured via the request configuration settings on each service. In this example, we're looking at the incident form for the desktop support service. And we can see on the action bar the request action items that are available. Here we can see the option to update, options to send emails, reassign, add assets, etc. If we didn't need a number of those request actions for instance logged against this particular service, and with the appropriate rights, I can come into the service, to the request configuration, under incident, and I can choose which of these actions I want to disable. In this example here, we'll disable the boards option, as well as the options to link additional services to instance logged against this service, and also potentially the option to link other requests to this incident. So coming back, we can now see that the action items displayed are restricted to those that are enabled against that service and request type. It's also possible that you may want to enable or disable particular actions to be available to the agents working on instance against this service when the request is on hold. So if we move this request onto hold, we can see that a number of these request action items are now disabled. We can still see here that we have the ability to update. If we wanted to globally change those settings to enable or disable particular actions whilst all requests are on hold, we can do that through the admin console. So if we come into Service Manager and under Configuration, we can look under our request settings and we can choose which of these request action items we want to allow when requests are on hold. So here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to allow the sending of emails and the ability for those requests to be reassigned once on hold. So if we come back to our request and we now have a look at the action request items, we can see those that we have enabled are now available to us even though the request is on hold. So we can see email and assign are now not greyed out. If we bring the request back into an active status, we can see all of the other actions are now available to us with the exception of the resolve action. The reason that the resolve action is still greyed out is because during the business process that is supporting this particular incident, we've made the decision to lock that particular action at a particular point in the life cycle of this incident. The logic here is that we may not want our agents to be resolving incidents until such point as all the investigation and tasks have been completed. Another example may be that you may want to lock all of the update options on a change form once that change has been passed across the CAB for approval. The ability to lock and unlock those action items is controlled within the Business Process Designer, and here if we have a look at the process that's supporting this particular incident, we can see that we have an access control option, and here we can lock or unlock one or multiple request action items at any given time. In this particular process, we will also then go ahead and unlock that resolve action at the point in the process where we want our agents to be able to perform that resolve action. So if we come back to our request, we will see that there is a task that is waiting to be completed to actually resolve this issue. And if we go ahead here and choose the outcome of issue is resolved and come back up to the top, now we can see that the resolve action is now enabled and our agents are able to go ahead and perform that action. Users with elevated rights and roles are still able to perform those actions even while they're locked. Finally, you may see on your request action bar that some icons are highlighted in green. For example, the light bulb. This simply indicates that there may be available knowledge or workarounds that's going to help you resolve the issue, or in the case of the boards action, it's indicating that request may be linked to one or more boards. Thanks for watching.